Okay, so for the event float for this evening, we're going to do some intention setting, start out with that, and then kind of discuss like who's worthy of your flowers and why. And then talk about, creating your certificate and looking forward to seeing what everyone does. And then we'll hopefully you guys will be brave enough to share what you did.
Absolutely. All right. So, in the spirit of being yoga and meditation teacher, I always like to set some intentions. And every single day, I set an intention. I come right here in this very room, right on my yoga mat, which is right over there. And I set intentions. I pick some intention words. So, today's intention word is truth. So, that is here, truth. And that can be a word that is, hey, maybe I need to start speaking my truth. However, it lands for you, right? So for me, I'm like, all right, I need to be in my truth. And I have been sharing, especially even yesterday, I hosted a yoga event. And yesterday I was talking about, hey, I just woke up from a nap, like right before we joined this thing. And today I also just took a nap. I am team nap these days because rest is so important. And that's just me just sharing my truth in hopes that one, I feel better about myself. I can say, hey, I like taking naps. Some people don't get enough sleep, and let's normalize naps. So that's some of my truth. And if that word resonates for you, maybe you use that as an anchor when we get into just a brief intention setting for our event tonight. And I'm just going to allow you to just take a few breaths. It's nice to just get that little centering, and we'll get into that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our intention. All right, so I invite you to just allow yourself to get comfortable here. Just allow yourself to relax. Go ahead and plant your feet on the ground. Bring your hands, place them into your lap. Take a moment and just breathe in. Whatever's comfortable, I want you to breathe all the way into capacity and gently hold. And exhale, let it out. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, breathing in. And exhale out. And one more, breathe in. Exhale, allow the shoulders and the jaw to relax. And as you just allow your body to be physically here, we mentally arrive in this space, setting intention for the activity we're going to do, unlocking our creativity, allowing ourselves to just be in the moment. So as you start to allow yourself to come back into this room, back into this space, I want you to bring with you those creative juices, bring with you the sense of presence as we start to bring ourselves back into our activity. All right. And let's start to get into our activity. Speaking of activity, and today's activity, again, I already alluded, we're doing card number 39. So, card number 39 is think of a woman you want to present a certificate of appreciation to. Create the certificate using Word, a design program, or from scratch. You can include a few words on why this woman means a lot to you and make it as decorative as you like. Find a frame for the certificate and wrap it in something nice. Surprise them with the certificate and bask in a moment of gratitude. So we're going to do this activity, but we're going to do it a little bit differently. So, one, we're going to create it using Canva. So, if you don't already have Canva, you can go ahead and sign up for it. It's a free application. It is a software that you can use to pretty much create social media templates, Word documents, videos, all kinds of things. And today we're going to use it to create our very own certificate. So they have tons of different templates, and we have some templates that we've provided for you as well. So we'll get into that. But first, let's talk about who's worthy of your flowers.
Yeah, I feel like this is really the bulk of what this activity is all about. Just to think through, what woman you feel like is worthy of, celebration, that is worthy of, someone that you highly regard and respect, appreciate and reflect. So we'll get into like some reflection prompts before we do our activity, but just thinking through, this is really what this activity is all about. And just to put this whole evening into perspective, we have a quote that we want to share, and it's all about, it says, acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation for all abundance. And I think that, a lot of times we have to really take into account things that we are grateful to have, whether it's people in our lives, whether it's, situations that we've gone through. But sometimes we're always kind of focused on what we don't have. And just being mindful of things that you do have really kind of sets the foundation of who you are as a person. And we just feel like a lot of times, either I wish I had this and I wish I had that, but just looking around, even in your immediate circle, just being grateful that you have people that you can count on that have been supportive. So I feel like, there is abundance that exists that, kind of it's easy to overlook, but kind of putting it to perspective and putting that to focus is really what's something that can keep you grounded. So just keeping this quote to help us guide us through this activity is something to be mindful of.
All right. So now it is time to reflect. And as we get into our reflection, we have some questions that can help you. Maybe you already know who you want to give your flowers to, and it's already apparent, right? We're coming off the heels of Mother's Day. But this is mental health awareness, and maybe you want to appreciate someone else. Maybe it's not your mom, it could be anyone. So, I want to give you a couple of questions that may help you to get into this activity. So, these are some of the ones that we've come up with. And these questions are, do you appreciate this woman for being there for me during, those tough times? Maybe it's some rough times that you've gone through within your day, your life, your season, right? It could be grief, it could be anything. Maybe they've taught you some new things and you want to celebrate them and appreciate them for that. For not giving up. They didn't give up on you. Helping me be a better woman, putting me on the right path. And that can be, sometimes we need that mirror to say, hey, no, this ain't it. So that's one. Being inspiring, someone that you're like, hey, they are just doing it right. They figured it out. And I want to give them that appreciation, showing that, hey, you really inspire me. And you never know. Sometimes you give that person that, gratitude and that inspiration. You say, thank you for this. And you don't even know how that might just make their day and where they may be thinking of giving up. And it's something that can help them. And then someone who, they accept you as you are. And that is just sometimes the most genuine person who can say, yes, flaws and all, I love you. We're going to figure this out. And I know you're however you are. I'm not trying to change you. I accept you as you are. And those are some of the best qualities that are in a friend. And I definitely say with my best friend here, I love and appreciate her. And I try to tell her as many times as possible, like how much I appreciate her. All right.
Appreciate you too.
Yes.
We're here. We're here.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. So let's talk about what's needed. What's needed for our certificate. So, Andrea, did you want to take it away?
Yes. So for this, we recommend that you have a picture frame, to actually make it look like a real certificate. And like we mentioned before, if you have Microsoft Word or Canva, this evening we'll be doing Canva, which we love Canva. I'm surprised you didn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
um, and also, if you didn't want to use like a program, there's always, you can do old school, print pictures and paste it on there. Um, and also, if you have like some arts and craft to make it look, very fancy, you can use that as well. And just to say, a lot of activities are a lot of things that we try to like make these activities easy to find, material that you need, like things that you can just find around your house. So that was the idea, behind a lot of our self care things, or easier thing you just find at the dollar store. Just really um, easy to find items that aren't that expensive.
Yes, this is our COVID baby. Our company was created out of COVID, and we had to be very creative. We didn't know how long we were going to be in COVID. And so, a lot of these activities are things that you can do in your home, things that you can do virtually, like this, because we were able to do a lot of our activities virtually and that helped us get through COVID. I'm not going to lie, at least it
Yeah,
helped
you
me
did.
get through
Mm-hmm.
COVID, being able to have a touch point. So, how we did it, we picked a card and we both picked a separate card to do. And so we scheduled every Sunday, we had a standing meeting. Every Sunday we talked. And then as COVID, started to the restrictions started to lessen. I won't say it went away. We got to meet in person and we would talk about the activities that we did. And it was so fun. It just gave you something to look forward to during
Yeah.
COVID. So you can do it with your best friend. You can do it as a group. We've done it a couple different ways. We've done it in groups, and we've done it virtually. So it's really nice. That accountability to be
Accountability,
able to do
yeah.
it with other people is amazing. So I strongly
And other
suggest.
outside of that, also learning new things about each other and ourselves. That's another way you kind of like build that connection. And we really want to focus on building that sisterhood as well. Like Tiana said, a lot of these things can be
Absolutely.
done in a group setting. So
Absolutely. So as we talk about the cards itself, I want to just turn that attention, and I'm going to go ahead and copy down and put it inside of the chat our um our template. If you don't already have it, you should already have it, and once you click the link, it will look like this here. And I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger. So this template was created by Andrea, and you'll say use template. So once you go to use template, you're going to see that information here, and you have the option to add in photos. You can change anything that you like. All of these things are editable. So maybe you want to take out some of these photos, or maybe you want to use some of the other templates that we have here. So this was this the template that you used for your mom?
yes, yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So this was the template that Andrea used for her mom. She added pictures, made it extra nice. And then this was the one that I made for my mom. So you're welcome to use any of the ones in between, or you can even go here to design and you can search for any type of templates here. So you can type in appreciation, and you can see here they have appreciation certificates and they have so many different options here. So you're welcome to go through here. You can say add a page, and then you can press on that one, and it'll give you that certificate. And again, you can edit out any of these ones that you like. So that is how you create your certificate. If you'd like to add a picture, you can always go to elements, and maybe you want to add a picture of, and I'm just going to say mom. So that's here, and then you drag it. And once you drag it over, it'll pop into the picture and you'll see it here. And then it'll display inside the picture. If you want to take it out, you can click the image and you can press delete, and that'll take it away from there. Unless you want to actually, and I command Z or control Z to undo, or undo at the top. Or you can right click and you can detach the image. So maybe you don't want the image there, you can detach the image and then take it and put it somewhere else. So that's some of the ways that you can use Canva. If you'd like to, and I'm just going to take that picture away. If you'd like to change the background, you can click on the background. Maybe you make it a different color, something that can be seen. You can try any colors that you like. And that's ways that you can play around with it. So you can do that with any of these ones. You have that creative license and creative freedom to do so. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this one away and we are going to start to create. Say thank you to Camille. She came to our event in Bowie and read us an amazing poem from her personal poetry book. I don't think she ever read it before to anyone. So thank you for reading it to us. I know a lot of poetry can be very, very personal, and I thank you for reading your poetry.
Thank you, Camille.
Yeah.
And that event was actually around our card number 45, follow a trail of words. And
Yes.
so for that one, that was about looking at books to find different words, picking out different words that speak to you and reflecting on that. So for National Poetry Month, we felt like that would be a perfect opportunity to do that activity. And so we went around and picked out different poetry books and just shared what some words meant to us. So that was a nice event. And like Tiana said, Camille shared a very powerful poem. And then we also had another poet there. So it was a nice to hear different poetry from people.
Yes. We had two other
Mhm.
poets who
Mhm.
came and definitely shared their poetry. And speaking of which, Camille has an event that is on Sunday, and we're going to be at her event. So it is her women's wellness event. It's going to be helping and highlighting lupus. The Lupus Foundation proceeds are going there, and we're going to be doing meditation. I'll be doing some meditation there, and that's in Crofton, Maryland, on Sunday at 1:30. So hopefully, if you're local, you can make it. And I cannot wait to be a part of that. We're also going to be having a table for Melanin Queen Creative. So it should be a very, very nice event. So it's just so nice to, like, we met at a networking event for Entrepreneur Playground. And yes, highlighting her as well, and it's just so nice to have women in business, especially local women in business. Lauren, who is also on the call, she's a yoga teacher as well, and she actually has some really, really great meditation on Insight Timer. So check her out on Insight Timer. So, well, we haven't decided that one yet. Well, we've been using this playlist, but might be a time to spin it off. We'll see. All
And this
right.
playlist is all black female artists. Some of our favorite: Jill Scott, Beyonce, Solange. So this
Yes.
definitely has been keeping us going in those morning routines. So
Yes. So I am one. I start my day with music. I have a morning playlist. This one also is one, and some of my favorites went into this playlist that I have on my morning playlist. So I absolutely love it, love it. All right. Are we ready to share? Are we ready to share? Feel free to come off of mute and share your certificate. To warm us up, maybe we can get Andrea to kick us off and share hers. So um, let's go ahead, Andrea, and I'll bring it over to you.
yes. So for this one, oh, you got to go back one.
Oh, happy
There
click.
we go. So for this activity, the first person I thought about was my mom. Like she came to mind, and I really have been so appreciative of how much support she's given me over the years. Been by my side through all my milestones so far. Was there when I got my first place. Was there graduating college. So I am something that's something that I don't take for granted, having her by my side for all those things to celebrate and just all the love that I received from her over the years, all the care, protection. She is someone that it's always been so affectionate and, always still wants to pinch my cheeks and give me hugs and stuff. And those things that they really do mean a lot. And I am just so grateful for her, especially, all the hard work that she's done over the years to kind of keep a roof over our heads. And I've never even seen her like take a day off work or call in sick. Like she's always worked so hard. And um, I just want her to know that, I don't take that for granted. And I'm just so thankful for her. So that was for my certificate was to her. So, and for my certificate, definitely just use Canva template like Tiana mentioned, and just found like some of my favorite photos I uploaded. And those are my sisters in that. And then for the outline, it's kind of like this outline I found at Dollar Tree, like gold outline that you can stick on the frame. And then her favorite color is orange, so I definitely want to do like a little orange flower to make it look a little fancy.
I love it. It looks nice. So I will go ahead and share mine. And my certificate to my mom, I will say, my mother, we have grown into a very nice, and I won't even say friendship, although it seems like, we're more than just mother and daughter. We seem to have a little bit more of a relationship these days, and I love it because we didn't always have that relationship. So it's very nice to be able to experience that now, as an adult. And so she is caring, she's a lover, she's a teacher. um, and she's one of those people that she holds me accountable for things. And I love our relationship now. She calls me roomie sometimes because she feel like, especially when I be forgetting stuff, she think we both gonna be in the old folks home together. I told her I need my own room. We can't share a room. I don't know, and I don't know where my dad gonna be. He's there. I don't know. She just think we sharing a room. But anyway, so I presented her with this certificate, and so I printed it out, and I didn't have the right size, so this was my reject one, but it's a exact duplicate of the one that I have. So I'll show you that. Without some of the glare. So I put it in a frame. I got the frame from the dollar store, which I got this one. Or did I get it from dollar store? Maybe I got it from Staples. It might have been a 3-pack from Staples. Very simple. And I was able to present it to her, and she was very excited about it. She actually has it up in the house, which is nice. It was something that, again, did not cost a lot. I was able to use Canva, and then I also got my brother and my sister to sign it. So what I did is I did screenshots, and I had them to sign it on their phone in markup, and then they sent it back to me so that I could get them to sign it. You could also get them to, like, digitally sign it in Canva. You can share the link and get them to do that as well. But it was really nice to be able to share that and present that to my mom. I think she really enjoyed it, and so I was so happy to be able to have her to see that.
Yeah, and just like with the certificate, it's something so small, but it's so meaningful, and it's just like a little small gift is just say thank you for everything. Don't have to cost a lot of money, but it's just the thought behind it. You just don't know how much that can mean to someone. So just taking that time to just like we always talk about, just give people their flowers, while they're here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, speaking of the flowers, let's talk about what we do next. So, Andrea.
Yes. So like Tiana said, she kept her reject one. But you can frame it and kind of keep it, something to kind of keep around if you want to reflect on your certificate and why you gave it to that person. Um, Another way you can do it if the person is not with you, you can mail it to them. What's nicer than getting something in the mail, a nice keepsake that can be really special to someone. And like we both did, you can present it to the person if you're able to. So just seeing their expression, like Tiana said, just being so happy to get something like that. So that's another way. And also share it on social media, let your network know, who the person, the woman is that you want to give your flowers to and why. So,
Absolutely. Thank you, Andrea, for that. And if you all want to share, feel free. We can go back and see if anyone wants to share their cards. I love that. I love it. And put up your certificate one more time. Oh, I love it. Yes, that looks nice. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Ah, yes. I love to see it. All right. I love that. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you for sharing. And I love that we have two different like ones. So we have, we highlighted moms and then, you guys highlighted one mom and then one person that wasn't a mom. And I love that. And hopefully you're able, Camille, to give it to her on Sunday when you have the event when we all are together. Would love to get a picture of that, so please remind me. But hopefully you're able to share it with her then. So, all right. I'm so glad everybody shared. I love it. I love to see it. So glad that everybody shared. So we want to just, again, just thank you for just sharing your energy. Again, this was from our self care activity card. This was card number 39. So if you are, interested in it, I can show you kind of all the different things. Of course, there are 52 that are in here, and they are mindfulness cards. And I want to share, Andrea, maybe you can tell us about some of these testimonials that we had from people who've purchased our cards.
yeah, so this one, first person is Tamra, which I've known in my professional network, and she got a set, and she was just so happy with the cards, and she's doing it by herself. Even though that these cards are meant to do with a partner for accountability, you also can do them solo as well. And she said that these cards have really gotten her to get her writing and journaling and reflecting, and so she keeps them by her bedside. So we appreciate, all the kind of love that we got. And a lot of people have really told us, how much that these cards have meant to them, especially when it comes to just reflecting and just taking time to do that and really learn more about themselves and kind of really kind of stay on top of writing and journaling, because it really is like, it really does make a difference, when you can take that time to do that.
Absolutely.
And then the next one was from Shayna, who did our activities with a group of her friends during the holidays, and they talked about one of our cards, I think, which is really good. The what is your wildest dreams? Create a bucket list. And she shared like that's something that I really never thought about in the past. Like, what is it that I really want to do before I leave this earth? And I think that's such a fun thing to do. Like for this activity, you can actually create your own, like get an actual bucket and decorate it and just write out, what is it that you want to accomplish, in your life. And a lot of people like don't even like take time to really think about that. So that's really what is the center of our cards is just that mindfulness, just taking time out your schedule to really reflect on things that you want to accomplish, things that you want to just sit and learn more about yourself or learn more about with your friend or someone in your group. So that was for that card, fulfill your wildest dream, and all about kind of like what is it that you want to do, and writing that out, writing, manifesting that is what the key is to a lot of our activities in our card set.
Absolutely. And I mean, you have a vision board and we all vision board, and we did a vision board party. That was one we did in January.
Yeah.
We did that one virtually, and that one is another one of our cards as well. But it just really helps you to get those different like ideas and how they came together, and they were like, hey, we realize we have a couple of commonalities that
Mhm.
we have. And a vision board is one thing that's like, okay, these are things in the near future, but that bucket list can be like your wildest dreams.
Well, yeah.
So taking it like, how to use our cards, of course, journaling is a big thing. So we encourage writing and reflection and
Mhm.
creativity like we did today. It's
Yeah.
always good to complete this when you have a partner that can give you that accountability, where it's like, all right, we said we're going to do it. We're going to do a year. Let's just set a calendar and let's just meet every Sunday or whatever day that works for you, and you approach the activities with as much openness and honesty as possible, right? That kind of comes back to today's intention word, right? That truth, right? It comes back to that.
Walking
You
your truth. You have to
Yes.
walk in it. It may not always be easy.
Yes. And when you can't walk in it, you just stand in it. And
Hmm.
that's okay. And stepping out of your comfort zone, because I will say I can be so creative when it comes to like Canva stuff and all the things, but then life happens, and that creativity when it comes to doing the stuff like in real life, it sometimes gets lost on me. I'm not gonna lie. And Andrea, she thrives in it, and I love it. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that. That's so cool. So I love how we get to like do the activities and we get to share, because I get to see her creativity. And when I tell you her gratitude jar, amazing. Mine, where is it? Because I've been adding stuff to my gratitude jar. It I don't even want to show it, okay? Like it looks so terrible compared to hers. But I have been still adding stuff to my gratitude jar. And that's one of our activities as
That's
well.
one of our
So
activities.
it
Well, yeah.
brings out the creativity, and then you just have fun with it. Don't overthink it. It's not about overthinking it. These are activities that you can do within a week. So it's not something that you're supposed to be like, oh, I got to do all this stuff. This is
Yeah.
just something that you're able to do just for you, you know, just to get out of the mundane routine.
Hmm.
So you can order, and I'd love to shout out Camille right here with her card. Um, and you can order them. You can go to the website, or you can scan this QR code. And we love this picture, so we had to put it up, Camille. Just the colors match all the vibe. So thank you for being our cover girl. And pick up your box set, and feel free. They make really good gifts. So if you have somebody who has everything and just doesn't make the time for themselves, or you want to start having activities and making them your accountability partner, feel free to pick up a box and share it with them and make that something that you can do. Yes. Pin y'all screen. Oh, yes, I will definitely do that. Let me do that now. Here we
While
go.
Tiana does that, so just so you know, we're going to be doing an activity event each month to kind of really highlight a card. So a lot of times with whatever the month is, like a theme, we try to do an event around that. So this month was about mental health awareness. And even though like, mental health awareness doesn't exactly have to mean something that you have to do yourself for you, but showing appreciation is self-care. A lot of times the good that you recognize in people, helps you recognize what's good in you as well. So just having that sisterhood, just celebrating someone is definitely good for your mental health as well. So that's why we chose to do this particular activity. And like we mentioned before, last month, I don't know if everyone knows, but that was National Poetry Month. So that's why we did follow a trail of words. And then our next event will be next month for National Black History Music Month, Black Music Appreciation Month.
Mouthful.
So yeah, so we're looking forward to doing that one, and we're going to be doing our self care activity. Create a soundtrack to your life. This was something that I think I particularly thought of to really, because music is so big in our self care routine. So we kind of like wanted to make sure that we incorporated that activity. So that one is particularly about creating like a list of songs that really reflect who you are. Talks about experiences in your life. Um, So that was a really fun one. We actually did an IG live sharing that activity. So we're looking forward to doing that next month, and most likely it'll be like at a black-owned record store. So I think we're looking in Baltimore, Maryland. So if you're available on that date and want to come out to Baltimore to visit a black-owned record store, please join us.
Yes, absolutely. And I will also put the link in so you can also go to our link and see our link tree as well. This has all the Instagram code on there because I just copied it from Instagram. But this is our link tree, and you can go there and see all of our information. Let me see if I can copy that a little bit cleaner. And we most importantly we thank you. We thank you for coming out, spending your time. You could be spending your time with anyone, so we thank you. We hope that you enjoyed the activity. We cannot wait for you to share it with whoever that person is, mom, and share it on Sunday. Please take pictures, tag us as
Yes,
well.
please tag us. Yeah.
And we do these events to get that sisterhood, get that community, share that energy, and that brings us so much joy to be able to have these events. And if you even have recommendations for us, because again, we do at least one every month, and some of them are virtual, some of them are in person. Like our next one is going to be an in person one in Baltimore, Maryland. We do a lot of local ones that are in the DC, Maryland, and Virginia, but we have it on our bucket list on our vision board that we are going to be taking this and traveling. So we have about two cities that have been like the loudest ones that want us to come.
Dallas, right? Dallas, one of
Dallas
them.
is one, New York is another. So I think it was like, was it Brooklyn? Was the city.
Yeah.
So those have been the two loudest cities that have said, please come out, come down. So we are taking this on the road. So let us know if there are some other cities that you'd like us to pop up in. And if you have some potential venues as well, we would love to be able to pop up in a city near you. So please let us know if there's anything that we can do to help foster, and we come out to different events as well and do some of our self-care activity cards.
Thank you, everyone, again for spending time with us this evening. We hope you found this activity really beneficial to your self care. And like Tiana said, we look forward to seeing, if you have pictures you want to share with us when you present the certificate to that person. Please make sure you tag us. But thank you again, and we hope to see you again at another event.